Okay, so in Pythagoras numerology, you can write this down.
Yeah.
So Michelle, your first name, the M is a 4,
Yeah.
the I is a 9,
Yeah.
the C is a 3,
Yeah.
the H is an 8,
Yeah.
the E is a 5.
Yeah.
The two L's would be 3, 3.
Yeah.
And the last E, 5. E is 5.
Yeah.
So now just read those numbers back to me.
Okay. So I've got M4, I9, C3, H8, E5, 1, 3, sorry, L3, L3, and E5.
Okay, great. I'm going to add them on the calculator, and we're going to round this number down, and then we're going to... So M was 4, right?
Yeah.
So M. I is a 9, M-I. C was a 3, correct?
Yeah.
H was an 8, M-I-C-H.
8.
Yep. And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
E again, right? M-I-C-H-E.
E.
Yep. E is a
Yeah.
5, E.
5.
And then LL is 3, 3, and then E is a 5. Okay, here we go. So I have 49385 It equals the number 40.
Okay.
Well, wow. Well, let's just slow down. The 0 does not count. So
Yeah.
I can already, before I go to the tarot and dance, you have a 4 head. Okay? You have 4 arms. Okay? And then men, before they are circumcised, hence you're in England, the term sir, to be knighted, okay? Circumcised is called foreskin. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm going to
Just
ask...
write this down.
Yep. Now I'm going to ask you some personal questions, and you don't have to go too deep. I'm going to start with the foreskin area. Do we have any sexual abuse issues, or do we know people that have been sexually abused?
I was sexually abused as a child.
Okay, thank you for telling me that. What age were you?
It started around maybe about 9, 10, and it ended when I started to develop puberty and to become aware of my body, and that was puberty. So I don't know about that, maybe 12ish, maybe something like that. I'm not too sure.
Okay,
12.
so I want to say I have done a lot of name readings with women, and I'll tell you, the big elephant in the room, sweetheart, and thank you for your courage, is the sexual abuse and the healing, and it will blow your mind how many different stories I hear concerning that. I also was physically and mentally abused by my mother, quite badly. So I'm thank you. So we'll move on from that. So now we're going to go to the forehead. Now the forehead would be your skull. Do we have any head injuries or headaches or anything that's happened to your skull?
When I was a child, I was aware that, well, I got told as well by Mum that I fell off a swing in the nursery. My mum was a single mum, and she had to put me into the nursery so she could go to work. And she was called by the nursery to say I'd fallen off the swing. And I've still got the scar there. It came up, and I had to get it, with the needle, drawn. So I've got a scar there. So it's not the forehead, but it's still there.
Yes. So do you already see how only in a few minutes, we're 4 minutes in, ironically, sweetheart, and we've already shown that numerology is not just a science, it is the way to get to healing, to get to see how we're all connected. My mom was also a single mom as well. Okay, so now what I want to do, I want to go to the number 4 in the tarot. I believe it is Saturn, Mars, and Uranus is in there. Give me a second here. I'm going to figure out 4. And then I'm just going to keep asking you simple questions. And so I'm doing this not to be psychic, not to be a magician, or to like try to save the world. I want us to talk about the things that we don't talk about when we go to work, when we're with our friends, like the abuse, and like, did your mom and dad go through something? You see what I'm saying here?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
That to me will save the world from war, from being ignorant, from being mind controlled, is dealing with our personal trauma. Okay, so the vibration of number 4 for Michelle is this. It resonates with the vibrations and energies, organization, exactitude, service, patience, devotion, application. I'm going to stop at application. How are you doing with jobs and applying for a place to work? Do you find it hard to find a place that you can relate to?
I do. I'm not working currently, and I've moved house, and I gave my job up in my last location, and that was working in a shop.
Wow.
Yeah, and so I watch your videos. I know about the receipts as well, and I used to see, you know, as my awareness progressed, all the numbers, you know, the angel numbers and 555 and all this, Barbara.
Yeah.
But lately I've been seeing a lot of mirror numbers. But yeah, I was with people, obviously they'd been, you know, had the hot sauce. And as I progressed, I just knew I didn't fit in with them. And it was just, sometimes I'd get in the car and I'd drive home and I'd cry because I just felt so, the world's going mad around me and there's nothing I can do about it. And it was sad because I was losing relationships. I was very outspoken at work. You know, I had the personnel manageress come into me on many occasions to do with customers, to do with staff. I got told by her I was an extremist. And she wasn't happy because I brought it up and she denied it.
Wow.
Won't go into it. But anyway.
Sure.
I can't relate to the, you know, people who aren't as aware as we are anymore.
Okay, that's wonderful. So the term application's in your number though, so this is what I encourage you to do. I encourage you to still keep going and to find a place of work in the corporate world. Why am I saying corporate? Because corpse means a body, and the Vatican, the secret, it's called the city of death. They build on bodies of death in order for you and me to be slaves. So the trick here is for you, as the angel that you are and I am, I have a corporate job. I have found a job as a grocer in which I can fit in and I can speak my truth. So I do believe you can find that, no pressure. But I would beg you to research and try to find, I would recommend trying to get into a grocery store, a cooperative that sells organic, because they're going to have woke people. So I'll stop there. Now, with the number 4, of course, as you know, it relates to elements: air, fire, water, and earth. So we already know the air is being poisoned and the water is being poisoned. Do you have any interesting stories about fire being burned or something with hotness and heat?
Wow. I was thinking before, actually, about something, and it came to mind about when I was a child. Again, it must have been before I was 10. I had a local field I played in. It was thundering and lightning. My mum always said to me, don't touch metal when it's lightning or you can get electrocuted. So me and my friend, it was a metal it was, you know, railings around the park. And we were frightened to go out the railings because it was one of those, you know, when you used to, not us, but, you know, the bent ones used to slide through and slip through as a kid. So we were screaming, and this I swear, this lightning bolt, literally, like, literally from, like, the other side of the room, came, I just went on the floor, and we just, you know, we shit ourselves. And I've always been scared of lightning. And I had a beautiful experience. I won't go on too much, but about 10 years ago, I went to see a counsellor. I don't know whether it opened something in me, but that night it thundered and lightninged. And I was laying in bed, and I was so scared. But all the room was lighting up, and I heard this voice in my head say, even if this lightning strikes you now, it's not the end.
Wow. So I'm sorry, it kind of broke up because you say so when you were a kid, it broke up when you said the lightning did something. Say that part again.
Okay. The lightning, there was a lightning bolt, and the lightning hit the ground from where me and my friend were playing, not far away. And obviously, the severity of that, I've always been so frightened of lightning.
Okay. Now I've had girlfriends that were afraid of lightning. So that means that you are enlightened. See, this is what Buddhism means. Buddha means one who's enlightened. Okay? It's a code, meaning that certain people are going to be challenged and they're going to be given symbols and moments in their childhood, whether it's trauma or what you just said, one of the elements, that is going to show you that you are also, I believe, here to help other people recover from sexual abuse. No pressure. But I always tell women that have survived that, and you are a goddess that have survived that. If you can get to these young people on the street, these kids playing horrible music and eating horrible foods, if you can find a humble way to be a symbol when it's appropriate, I encourage you to do that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. I should mention regarding employment, me and my partner are hoping, I will, be building on the land we have, in the barn. We'll be turning it into an education centre in respect of teaching people how to plant seeds, how to grow their own foods, not to use fertilisers, not to use pesticides, how to hunt, how to have 432 frequencies to the plants, energies, the truth, basically. So we're hoping to have open days where people who aren't awake, so we can plant seeds gently, because when I first woke up, Jay, I was like angry.
Me too.
2.5 years ago.
Hey.
I was like, they're trying to kill you. You've got to listen to me.
Guess where I was when I woke up. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Sorry. I pushed everybody away from me, Jay. My children. Nobody would believe me, and I used to be on the floor crying, saying, please, like Chicken Little used to say, it's coming, please believe me, and nobody believed me. That's how I felt, but I'm a lot better now. I'm a lot mellower. Sorry,
it's cool. It's totally cool. Sorry, forgive me for interrupting, but I was going to say, guess where I was living when I woke up? I was living in London with my ex-wife.
Wow.
I was in London. It was a man from London who actually woke me up. He sent me a video of this truther known as Mark Passio. Then Mark Passio led me to Jordan Maxwell, another big truther, and then Santos Bonacci, which is crazy. And then I came to America, and I was like, okay, I got to find a way to use this to help people understand that they're not just in a TV world, a damn newspaper article, science, and your diet, and vote for this one. You are in a spiritual war.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, now you're number 4 in the tarot. It relates to Mercury, Uranus, and Saturn. What sign are you?
Pisces.
Oh, wow. That's Jupiter and Venus. Hallelujah.
Yeah.
So we know that... Yeah, go ahead. What were you going to say?
Regarding Santos Bonacci, I'm aware he's gone very aggressive lately, but we won't talk about that. But I remember messaging him on Facebook and asking to go into the Syncretism Society, because he said anybody who's struggling financially, please get in touch, and I did, and I'll give him his due. He let me in for free. So he woke me up, Jay, and I remember watching one of his videos in the early days, because I got baptised and everything, and I had a dream. I'll tell you about that. And I really thought that Jesus was my saviour. And and when I was watching his videos and I was starting to wake up, I actually cried when I realised that it's just a story. Yeah. And so Santos, so there's a link between me and you, yeah.
Well, yeah, it's funny. I mean, I saw Santos's videos, and it was about he was teaching the 5 elements: earth, water, air, fire, and ether. And I said to myself, I'm a ballet dancer and a ballet teacher. We have 5 major positions in ballet, and no one told me that? That was earth, water, air, fire, and ether? Or the hexahedron, the icosahedron, the octahedron, tetrahedron, and the ether, the dodecahedron. I'm like, oh my God. So now I'm going to blow your mind with your number 4. So now in angel numbers, it comes in layers. So the number 4 was Mercury, Uranus, and Saturn, but it is the emperor. The emperor is a father figure, and guess what planet rules the emperor? Jupiter. And what does Jupiter rule but your sign Pisces? I can't make this up. So, also, you have Aries in your number 4 in the tarot, and Scorpio. Santos is in Aries. Now, when you go to the emperor, you see a man who is a king. What part of the world do you live in where we have kings, yes or no? And he's wearing metal feet. He has his boots on. So now I'm going to ask you about your feet. Have you had any ankle or feet problems?
I've got bunions, yes.
Okay. I can recommend you. Well, first of all, I'll tell you that you should get involved in enema flushing. If you have not, get into enemas.
Right.
Okay. You want to use your morning urine or hot water if it's not something that you're into. I don't want to force that, but the morning urine is the truth.
Yeah.
And you want to do a lot of earthing, sweetheart. You want to earth barefoot, standing on rocks for at least 10 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. I do that, Jay. I go out in the garden every morning, have a cigarette with my shoes off.
There you go.
And I go out, I'm walking about all day. I've got feet like Pocahontas now. Just in my nails.
Bless you. All right, so I'm going to keep reading the number 4 for you. And thank you. This is a great... How do you feel so far about your reading?
Great, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, 4 in the tarot, the emperor, as we know, as the king so-called, which had to have a mother nature first, hello, and a mother earth. It is self-discipline. So trust yourself. Don't let anyone break you down. So, for example, you went through all those people that told you were crazy for waking up. Or maybe you try to say, hey, I was raped and no one believed you. So believe in yourself and never give up, because you always will find someone out there like your partner or someone like me, a Christ, call them a Buddha, call them an Allah, an Abraham. We're all Jehovah. It is us. We are all Jesus. And we're Krishna, we're Vishnu, we're Radharani. Take your pick. The divine meaning of number 4 is a need to make something solid, to make it to make your ideas concrete, to build something with a firm structure, and you're already doing that with your school, yes or no?
Yeah.
So keep doing that. Now, your symbol is this, and I'm going to blow your mind as to what you should teach. No pressure. Guess what your symbol is? The square. Now watch me cook this with no animals, Hare Krishna. Yes, I don't play. Now,
I don't eat meat either, Jay, so I'm with you on that one.
Bless you. Now, the square relates to the hexahedron, in which, is that not the earth and the 5 platonic solids, as I always talk about? It is.
Well, yeah.
The square is the hexahedron, is the earth. The first thing you should be teaching are the 5 platonic solids.
Okay.
I would encourage you to show these young people Earth as the hexahedron and not a NASA or a Copernicus or a damn Pythagoras. He sold out too. Ball Earth. It is not that.
Yeah, no. I'm with you on 100% on that, Jay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's what I mean. You know, I say to people, I'm going to tell them the truth.
Yeah.
You know, in a kind, loving way, but I'm not going to lie to anybody, because we've had enough of the lies. That's it. Done.
You know what's up. Great. So I've already told you that. Is the first thing would be great, because you're Mother Earth yourself. Now, your animals in the number 4, the tarot, all numbers also have an animal. It is an eagle, it is a frog, and it is a ram. Eagle, frog, and a ram. Do you have any personal connections with anything in those categories? Take your time.
Obviously, I'm very aware of the RA, the Ra, and I love the sun and I'm a sun worshipper and everything else, and into astrotheology. My mum was a ram, she was an Aries.
Wow.
Frog, I've kissed a few toads in my life.
Wow. Cool.
I'm just joking.
Oh, I know what you mean. You mean like, yeah, because You know, some men can be a bit froggy. I know what you mean.
Eagle. I like birds. I like birds anyway. Birds of prey as well, and you know we see buzzards here. I'm interested in birds, but
Okay. Now I'm gonna go. This is the last part of the reading. We're already at 20 minutes, and we've already blown minds with connections and depth, and I'm proving that even with your birth chart reading, some of those things can be too complicated. They can cost a lot of money. They can go on and on and on. Would you not agree that this process makes a little more economical and emotional sense to you?
yeah.
Okay. Your color. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
There's only so much you can take in as well, isn't there?
Yeah. Yeah, we don't have time. We're dying out here. Okay, your color is purple. Now, purple is the crown chakra for Shiva, the god of death, but the death of ignorance and the death of demons. It's not evil. Purple also is the purple heart in the military. And we know that purple is related to the musical artist known as Prince. But you come from England, mate, where the prince, so-called, came from. So here are my questions. Do you have any unique memories or relations to the artist known as Prince? Or do you know anyone, or have you had any run-ins with military energy?
Can't recall military energy. Obviously, you know, the snippets you see of Prince and what he stood for. Purple Rain, I remember, you know, the song Purple Rain, that was very instrumental in my teenage years and, you know, late teens and stuff. That was a great record and stuff like that. But I remember getting it on I think it was 12-inch version at the time. I think it was out.
Yep.
When we had record players.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah.
Okay, great. So this means also this. The purple rain, when it rains outside, it is not just rain. You are living in a dome. You are living in someone's skull. You are living in a Golgotha, as the Bible tells you, the skull. So in my opinion, purple rain, when the Creator has an aha moment, or if the Creator is frustrated or sad, they do have emotions. The crown chakra, known as crown royal, which has a purple bag, alcohol, the purple rain is a metaphor for the crown chakra raining down on those that also have a crown chakra, meaning this: the king is telling you that you don't have a crown chakra, I have it, you don't have it. The king is telling you and me that I will reign supreme, purple rain, but that doesn't relate to you. The purple rain is the sweat also on the forehead or the third eye of the dome of Mother Earth, of Shiva, is you and me. So what I'm saying is, every time you played Prince, Purple Rain, any artist, when you wake up, you will see that they were talking about your creation and not their talent, not the guitar, not how many people loved how they sounded, but they were talking about you. And know that you are now being put back together because Humpty Dumpty got broken apart by pop culture, didn't he? Oh, wow. Now I'm going to tell you what kind of herbs you need. So write down this herb for the number 4. It is called Aractolids. Aractyllodes. Aractylodes. Now that's now you know you have arachnids. Arac is a spider, I believe.
Yeah.
Now watch this. Iraq of the Middle East. What is Iraq? William is Bill and Richard is dictionary. You just gave me an aha moment. Iraq and Iraq? So something's going on with Spider-Man, yes or no? Woo! Woo! I am nothing without my people. So the herb associated with the emperor is, it's also known as atractylloid. It is a carminative, a diuretic, and a tonic. The root of atractylodes is used for increasing the power of digestion and for increasing personal energy. It also reduces abdominal bloating and gas. Wow. A spider does that? A spider does all that? And who is out there killing insects? People have to be careful when they kill an insect, man. Because the term insect, sect, means sacred, and it literally means they are in a sacred vibration. Fly.
What means sacred again?
Go ahead.
Sorry,
Go ahead.
Jay.
No. Go ahead. Go ahead, please.
What means sacred again?
Insect.
Okay.
S-E-C-T. Sect means sacred.
Right. Yeah.
See how many aha moments you're having? We call these mental orgasms, people. We need to have mental release. So it's not only about sex, it's about feeling liberated with your information in another way.
Yeah. Going back to the purple, though, Jay, I had breast cancer about 7 years ago, and I had lilac. Like, my room was painted lilac, but I bought this paint, but it was dark lilac, and I didn't like it anyway. But at the breast clinic, they made me one of these pillows, and they made it out of lilac, and it matched my room, and I felt spiritual and all that. But that's quite significant with the purple.
That's incredible.
And also, I see when it's on gaze as well. I see a lot of violet. At the moment, it's green with blue in the middle. It's weird.
Yes, thank you for sun
Yeah.
and moon gazing. So just to go back to what you said, so you said you had breast cancer?
Yeah.
Bless you. And then the color purple related to a pillow, you said?
Yeah, they made it the breast center. Yeah, the women who did it for nothing. Yeah.
Okay, so I am at 26 minutes. I do a half an hour, but I'm also like you, very tired from chronic pain. Do you feel that we have done enough with this reading?
Yeah, that's interesting about herbs, because I'm actually making tinctures and things like that with herbs. I want to get into that. So I'm going around looking at foraging and weeds that aren't actually weeds, but because, the government said so. So I'm doing that, and I'm getting really into the, hot mugwort and comfrey and all that palaver. And I love it. I love it, Jay, this connection with nature. I love it. That's me. I've come alive.
Well, know that I love you as a sister. Nature will always love you. But also, we must be realistic and understand that nature can also hate us. There will be punishments for those that don't take this seriously. And for the people who say they're woke and they're still angry and they're dividing and they're better than someone else, listen, what do you do to talk to someone in another part of the world? I don't even know Michelle. But I know Michelle within a half an hour, more than my own damn family. That's what the truth is about. The people connecting, listening to their stories, letting them vent, letting them express connections. And then you say how everything is one and it's not better, it's not different, it is all from one creator.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do my chanting now. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shiva Boom Om, J-H-E and Michelle. Om Ahum, Vajra Guru, Padma Siddhi. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, and Om Namah Shivaya. And I'm going to mention a child known as little baby JJ, who passed away at 3 years of age. And I'm going to mention my aborted child that was aborted behind my back from an ex-girlfriend when I was 20. I named the child Jamisa, and I acknowledge all life that gets snuffed out before its time. Do you want to say any last words before I end this?
Thank you for being a beacon of light yourself.
Of course. All right, and